Hey guys, how you guys doing? It is Arne back with another video, and today we're gonna take a look at, yes, you've seen the title. I'll talk about the thumbnail in a bit. Alright, seen the title. Reboot world is gonna be normalized and transition into regular world in KMS. Right? I'm gonna talk about GMS later on as well. Okay, how it's gonna affect it, or maybe it's not. I'm gonna talk about it. Okay, so don't worry. Let's take a look at why are they doing this first. Right, Kim Jong-soo himself actually had his live stream over here. Alright, announcing that they are gonna normalize Reboot World in KMS. And huge thanks to Neo for translating this as well. So first things first, why are they doing this over here? Alright, here's the reason. In preparation for the winter update and as well as the future updates, alright, and looking at the stats, right, he cannot let Reboot stay as Reboot right now because the current Reboot right now is not enjoyable, right, to the current players, existing players, and the new players. Right, even the endgame higher spec characters, right, or players in Reboot World cannot clear the new boss Limbo, right, which is an issue over here. So if you were to look at this chart over here, right, this graph over here, right, so this table, you can see that this is actually the data from July 25th, right, up to July 25th, the data of hard Limbo world clear with 3-man party. Right, so this is the average combat power over here, and this is basically, I'm gonna explain this. This is the first 5 parties in regular world. Right, the average combat power of the first 5 parties in regular world to clear hard Limbo is actually 730 mil. The parties that clear Limbo, right, in regular world with a min cut meaning that they fully utilize the 30 minutes in the boss, right, the average combat power is 560 mil. These two are in regular world. The bottom one is in Reboot World. So Reboot World, the average combat power of the highest, the most insane tier players, right, combine all of that, is actually 350 mil only. And this actually strikes a huge issue over here, right? Previously, he mentioned that the bosses are actually still clearable, but now it seems like it's impossible for Reboot players to clear the boss. And when he thinks about that, when releasing a new boss, Reboot World players will actually fall behind because Reboot World is actually based on a lot of RNG, right? And with the current situation that the path, right, the Maple is going right now, it's adding a lot of bosses very quickly. So if you depend on RNG, it's actually very difficult. Okay, so now if you were to look at this chart over here, another chart, this is a comparison of Reboot players versus regular players world, right? Over here, the first clear, the first solo, right? So this data was taken based on the item burning event. It's a new event. So all these new characters over here, if you can see, the top line over here is Reboot. The bottom line over here, the blue one, is actually regular world. Reboot players requires 3.5 times, right? Early game bosses like CRA bosses requires 3.5 times more harder, right, or longer to clear compared to regular world. If you say about mid to end game tier boss over here, it takes 2.2 times harder, right, or longer for them to clear for Reboot World. And with this, they're actually going to correct the mistake that they made 10 years ago. So what are they going to do? Okay, this is very important. The first update, right, August 13 over here. Okay, so before the market economy introduction and all that, right, they are going to ask all the players in Reboot World to liquidate all their mesos, everything, right? All the consumption and everything, item use, all that, all you have to use all of them. Okay, you have to use all of them over there. Now, so they have a chart over here, so the pie chart over here stating that the left one over here is the cubes, right? 3.76% of players have more than 100 cubes over here, rated black cubes, and right chart over here, 2.57% of the real players have more than 10 billion mesos. Okay, so they have to liquidate all of them before the second update, which is September 12th. Yeah, September 12th over here. So with all of this, you have to use it because at September 12th, this is the transition period. All right, this transition period is preparation, of course, to the red world, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna remove all this over here. What you see on the screen, they're gonna remove it. Mesos, red cube, black cube, spell tracers, red flames, core gemstone, all the boss drops over here, all the usable items over here. They're gonna remove all of that. Okay, they're gonna delete everything, all the existing ones. The new ones that you get after September 12th, you can keep them. The ones that you get before September 12th, all is gonna be removed. Okay, why? It's because they're gonna introduce, right, Maple Auction House, Trade, and also Meso Market over here in September 12th. So it's all going to be available after removing all of that, right? And you can actually, because right now in Reboot, you cannot spell trace, you cannot scroll, you cannot do B-pot, right? They're going to allow you to do B-pot, they're going to allow you to scroll your items, okay? But the scrolling and the B-pot will, the stats will not be applied for 3 months. We'll talk about that in a bit, okay? And for Reboot, the passive boss drop rate increase over there is gonna be totally removed as well. So no extra drop rate for Reboot. Existing items will be permanently made untradeable over there. Okay, so I am going to show you guys how it looks like for untradeable items. There's going to be a icon over here. Okay, so these are so-called the legacy items over there. They're going to add a mark of all the items before September 12th, right? All the items in Reboot World, excluding Medals, Android, and Genesis weapon. They're going to make all the rest of the items permanently untradeable. You cannot use Scissors of Karma on it. You cannot Toad Hammer as well. Equipments that which is marked over there cannot be transferred as well, right? All of that over here cannot be transferred, right? That is for the second update. Right? Okay, and also all the Reboot, right, passive over there, it's gonna be all deleted, as I mentioned before, right? Excluding the final damage, right? Excluding final damage. Okay, now let's take a look at the third update over here. Third update. This is the crazy part. So, with all that being removed over there, they are going to finally complete the general normalization of Reboot World, right? Transitioning from Reboot to regular World. September 19, that is the winter update, right? December 19, sorry. December 19, that's the winter update. December 19, they are going to delete the final damage summary, final damage passive over here, right? They are going to apply the additional potential over there, and as well as all the scroll one that you scroll on your items. They're going to apply the stats over there. Yep, so that is basically it for the third update over there, everybody. So, yep, and this is basically the summary. August 13, you need to liquidate everything. Not your items, just your mesos and your usable items. Second update, September 12th. They will remove and basically delete all the legacy mesos over there. They're gonna open up auction house. They're gonna allow trading. They're gonna allow meso market over there, and they're gonna allow bonus potential scrolls. We're gonna scroll your items, but the effect will not be applied until the third update. And of course, the final damage for bosses that will not be removed over there. Okay, it's just the drop rate is gonna be removed over there. And the third update over there, the final damage is gonna be totally removed, and they're gonna apply the additional potential that you have, and as well as the scroll that you have over there onto your stats. Okay, so that is the full rundown over here. Okay, there is good and bad at this point. From what we actually gauge over here is that reboot players are gonna be very strong, right? Because they say they are not gonna have World Leap over here anytime soon because they need to basically normalize everything, stabilize everything first because it's a huge drastic change. So we need to see over here of how it gonna work, right? Because reboot world players, cubes and everything is very easy to get. You know, you already know, right? You can farm vessels and everything and get the cubes and everything. And now they're actually changing all of that with all the prime lines and all that, and they're gonna add a B pod over in. Yeah, so they're gonna be hella strong once they get all of that over here. Okay, so that is the rundown of Reboot World over here. Okay, and what they gonna do in KMS Reboot World only. And now here comes the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail that your boy been using. Hey, very nice, right? For Jake Bear over here for this. I'm not sure why am I in the thumbnail, but okay. And okay, I'm talking about GMS, right? What's GMS gonna happen? So, because from what we see over here, this graph over here, this graph actually is very important. It actually wakes everyone up, right? To see that, of course, GMS has familiars, totems, you know, all this overseas content that we do not have. Hence why the gap is not really that huge right now. But in the future, in the next, I don't know, few years time, will it become like this graph? Now that's the question over here that nobody knows. Of course someone knows, right? In GMS team, right? Inkwell definitely knows. Okay, he's the one that actually moved to go west. He knows that this is coming. 100% sure. Maybe not 100%, 99% sure. Right? If not, he's not gonna go west because he knows that this is gonna come. And in GMS, majority of the players are in Reboot World. And if they follow this, and now this is the update, right? And they follow this, GMS gonna die, bro. Right? That is impossible, right? Majority of players are in Reboot. So how are they going to make Reboot, right, at par with regular World in GMS? I am not sure. Are they going with the TMS route? Right? Because TMS in Reboot is actually not Reboot. It's pay to win. Alright, TMS Reboot is actually pay to win. It's similar to regular World as well. It's just pay to win, bro. Right? It's pay to win. You've seen in my previous TMS video as well. You can see all the items. It's pay to win, bro. Okay, but eventually, this will also occur. Now, even though it's pay to win, this will also occur. There will be a bottleneck over here, which is being faced in KMS right now. KMS is being facing this is because we do not have all the crazy BOD, you know, outlaw heart, all that over here, right? We do not have that, right? But if you were to add all of that aspects in, it's going to break eventually. So how they're gonna fix it, I have no idea. We're gonna wait for the news from Inkwell. I don't know what he's gonna say about this because this is a huge change, a huge announcement by KMS. And since GMS is not going KMS route, this is going to be very interesting. And for other servers like TMS, right, that actually have Reboot World, what are they going to do with this? Are they going to follow through with similar to KMS? Because right now it's nobody knows. This is very fresh. Right? This is very fresh. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. Alright. The only thing we know, all this is coming to KMS, and these are basically the dates, as I explained before. And we're gonna monitor and see how it works over here. Alright, yeah, this is a huge change. Okay, all right. Hopefully, you guys get some insights on what is happening in Korea MapleStory Reboot world. All right, and why are they doing this, and how are they doing this to normalize everything to regular world. All right. As always, thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. All right, leave a subscribe. Stay awesome, everybody. Stay safe, and bye bye.